Hey everybody,
Hi everyone,
Mr. and Mrs. Traveler here.
ElleKosGlam at home.
All right everybody, so today ladies and gentlemen we're going to be talking about how the cruise lines may be potentially skirting around the CDC issues here with the good old United States of America. And we'll talk about that and some more things when we get back.
Let's do this.
All right, welcome everybody. Oh, the sun is shining bright. I'm going to have to go over there and fix that real quick.
How you guys doing?
There we go. That's better, I guess.
If you can, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you're showing us some love for our hard work. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. That way you know we upload. We upload every week, and we go from live places that you would want to be. Trust me. And if you can, give us a call at 877-697-4470, or we can be reached at www.mr-traveler.com. We would also like to thank our Patreons that help support our vision and all the super chats.
All right, and if you would, guys, give us a big old thumbs up anytime during this video, and thank you so much for the love. We finally, seemed like it took a long time, but we finally hit a bit of a milestone with the with the channel. We finally got to 30,000 subscribers, which very grateful for that.
30,000.
What's a little unusual is we were actually like 10 people away from 30,000, like 4 months ago, and something happened with the channel all of a sudden where they removed like 800 people real quick. So very odd. Mrs. Traveler tells me to put my phone on.
I know, I forgot. Sorry about that.
Oh, look at this, guys. I wanted to show you this live from Miami. Check this out, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not one, not two, not three, but 4 ships in the port of Miami today. Very exciting. 3 of them are your Carnival ships. That is in the back.
I was going to say, which ships are those?
I thought you were going to try to guess. That's the Breeze in the back.
The Breeze, like the Magic?
Nope. Take a look at the top. There's no goodies up top on that. That is the Freedom.
Goodies? Okay, Freedom.
And then coming up right in front of the Freedom is our New Year's Eve cruise that we took, the Liberty. So this is a good sign, guys. How great is this? To see 3 ships in there, Carnival ships. Is also the Norwegian Gem, is down at the other end of the port, and the MSC Meraviglia is still hanging out. In the right off the South Beach coastline there. All right, so, and that's a beautiful picture of good old South Beach, Miami, and it is a balmy 88 degrees here in Florida today.
So hot. I'm trying to look slayed and, glam, but it's like 85 degrees here today. It's hot.
Feels good. So thank you so much for the love, guys. We appreciate that. We want to dive in and start talking about, I'm sorry, we got some? What you got?
Thank you so much for the comments below. We've reached 30K. We appreciate each and every one of you. Everybody who's watching is responsible for us reaching 30K. We know where the love comes from. And we appreciate each and every one of you. We are so happy to reach the 30,000. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So let's talk a little bit about, and I'm excited for this. I mean, it's a lot of positive things going on, and we, like we've been saying before, these things that are going on in the cruise world, per the pandemic that we're going through, are going to change the way cruising happens going forward. And obviously temporarily it is going to be some restrictive things.
Of course. But
once the restricted part of that is all over with, we will see some new things with the cruising that I think will be beneficial. And some of this is what we're getting ready to talk about today. So we talked a month or two ago about Royal Caribbean's plan, which they actually do have. You can do a booking from Barbados.
Wow, that's
so
big.
They have made Barbados
elbow bump, Jesse.
They have made Barbados one of their home ports for the time being. And I imagine we'll see how things go with that. MSC has been using Barbados kind of sort of as a home port for quite some time. They actually allow people to embark and disembark at each Caribbean port, so people can get on and off the ship pretty much any time. But the Barbados is exciting for Royal Caribbean, I think, because that not only taps the U.S. market flying to Barbados, which it's not a cheap plane ticket, just so you know, guys. But
it's pricey.
If you're
it's worth it, though.
jonesing for a cruise, but
it's put a price on that.
It also makes it accessible for our European friends who fly into Barbados quite often. So that's very exciting, I think, for Royal Caribbean. Period, and those actually physically will start in December of this year.
That's some good news. We are so excited. More good news. So hopefully we can keep this good news trend going. This is actually really good news today. So we have a lot of things to drop on you. If you miss it and you're new to our channel, welcome, and just rewatch the video. We got you.
So now there's talk, and this is really great news for us guys. There's talk of Cozumel becoming a home port for some cruise lines. Specifically, who they're targeting and talking to right now about it is MSC. But I will tell you this: I would take one of those bad food MSC cruises in a heartbeat right now.
I would not complain about the food. Normally, when we take an MSC cruise, we always complain about the food. I will not complain about the food. I will be quiet on the ship. I'll just shut my mouth. You know?
Yep.
I think Mexico is getting smart.
Yeah, so the mayor there is in discussions with MSC, and I'm sure probably some other cruise lines as well, and talking about making Cozumel a home port. There are some infrastructure things with that which are going to be maybe a little challenging for Cozumel, but I'm sure they'll work through it. And namely, that would be, they don't really have a lot of hotels in Cozumel near the port. They have some, and there's some resorts and things like that. But, I don't know if it'll be enough to accommodate, if you have a couple of ships in port, a couple thousand, few thousand people there in Cozumel. However, it is a very short ferry ride away from Playa del Carmen on the mainland of Mexico, which has vast amounts of hotels and resorts over there.
True.
So I definitely could see them striking up deals with the resorts over there in Playa del Carmen, and probably all the way down to Cancun. You can make a trip out of it. Do a weekend in Cancun. You take the short cab ride to Playa del Carmen, catch the ferry over to the port, and boom, you're there on your MSC ship or whatever other cruise lines that you have to partake. And right now, guys, for the time being, you can fly into Cancun without any kind of COVID testing. Now, you have to, flying back home is another story. You do have to have that COVID testing, which if they implement this or try to get this going this year, I don't know if they will or not. That's something that they'll have to figure out logistically how they would get us those COVID testings so that we could return back home, and what to do in case of somebody testing positive or presumptive positive or whatever. They have to work through those details there. But I think the biggest thing is probably going to be the infrastructure for Cozumel.
I do too.
For pre and post cruise stays.
I think that if they make Cozumel a port, there is plenty to do there. I just hope there's enough hotels for before and after stay. And then they may change the COVID test to before instead of after, because right now you could just fly in there where you would need a test coming back, but they may make some changes. But as of today, they're unrestricted. And I think that when we went to Mexico a couple months ago, they did a really good job of sterilization and working with the pandemic. And we thought so highly of it. We said we want to go back. That's how much they covered everything they needed to cover. We will recommend, going to Cancun or Cozumel. They do a fabulous job with safety. So if you're looking to go somewhere, why don't you look into Mexico? But hopefully they will be able to get around that CDC restriction and make Mexico a port. And when they do that, we can sell.
Well,
again.
the CDC has nothing to do with Mexico, and that's why they're doing this. I mean, this will get around them if they go if the cruise line strikes up deals with the different Caribbean islands, or even if they go up and down the coast of Mexico and do like a Western Caribbean type of deal. They can strike up those bargains with them and make those deals to get them back. And I guarantee you, at this point in time, given the dependency on these islands for tourist dollars, they would definitely be interested in making deals with us. And the heck with the CDC and the U.S. government, they'll work around it, and I love it. They doing, like I said, Royal Caribbean is doing Barbados, and there's also talk of a couple other of the at least one other Mexican port that's considering this as well. But Cozumel was the main one. Also, there was talk of Cuba doing this as well, which would be good for. Probably our Canadian friends could fly down there. Well, they can't fly anywhere for a while.
No, not right now.
And obviously we can't fly into there either. So I think out of all of these, the most realistic and realistic option would be Cozumel. And I could definitely see that even after the pandemic's over, there's no more masks, there's no more this, that, and the other. I can definitely see them continuing on with that tradition of having Cozumel be a home port, and I would not be mad at that at all.
I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Thank you for the compliments on how I look today. I appreciate it. It is so hot out here. I tried to, me and Mr. Traveler just got back from going to lunch because he works very crazy hours, so I tried to look cute today for him. But
cute.
I tried to turn it up, but it's like 85 degrees outside, so women, the struggle.
I see Christopher saying Mexico is planning to install COVID testing at resorts and airports. They're already doing it.
Yeah.
Many of the resorts.
Thank you, Christopher.
Many of the resorts are including so many. I think it's 1 or 2 COVID tests per person to meet the requirement for us travelers to get back to the U.S., as well as kind of an insurance policy. If you do test positive, they'll give you 14 days at the resorts to stay there and go through your quarantine period. And that varies from resort to resort. And I know the airport is doing something like this too. We went to the airport before they had the temperature checks and everything. We went through, sir, and I felt very safe when we went down there.
They made us feel very safe. There was a lot to go through. You have to pack your patience when you travel. Everybody knows that if you travel right now, it's kind of an inconvenience, but it's for our own good. It's a little bit of time delay, but you will understand. And once you get to where you're going, you forget all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So and that would be a short plane ride. I mean, that's not much further. When we flew there from Florida, it was maybe about another hour to get down. It was a little over an hour to get down there, so just add a little bit extra time, and probably a much cheaper plane ticket than say going to Barbados. So I'm very excited for that for Cozumel, and I'm looking forward to those options.
I am. This is really good news. Let's take a look at that port again.
Well, I'm trying to wait for the camera to kind of swing back around. It's going to get up here. I'll swing it back in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I said, they're going to start the Royal Caribbean in December. That's good news. And then this Cozumel talks are underway. They just have to go through a few little checks and balances on there, too.
I'm okay with that. That's good news. We want to keep the good news going. Positive vibes.
All right, so let's take a peek here real quick, guys. I love bringing you guys this stuff, especially I know it's cold and snowy up north.
Yeah, we've talked to some family that lives in Michigan, and they over it.
Yep, Port of Miami here, guys. We're heading up the port here, and the beautiful islands there in the background, and we're coming up on the Carnival Liberty here. It's our first up to bat. For those of you who are with us for our New Year's Eve cruise a couple years ago, that's our girl right there. We had a good time.
That is her. We had such a good time on that cruise. Make sure you join us for a group cruise.
Yeah, absolutely. And then as we move a little bit further up the port here, we'll start seeing Star Island in the background, all the movie stars such on there.
It's nice to see the ships docked. At least we can look at the ships.
This is the Carnival of Freedom we're coming up on. This is good news to me, guys.
It's very good news. That's the most we've seen in the Miami port, right?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, these ships are there. I'm sure they're here for provisioning, but they're probably also starting to get their inspections, especially the Carnival ships, for the EPA regulations that they had to jump through, as well as the COVID regulations that they had to get ready for. So this is good news. So we had the Liberty, the Freedom, and then finally coming up here on the Carnival Breeze back there. Now, she's a really great ship if you've never been on her. Breeze is a really awesome ship.
It's so much fun. Now, you know, Mr. Traveler has been on about 50 cruises. He knows exactly what cruise. Just looking at the port, he know every cruise. So
there's your
every cruise ship.
There's our almost a year ago we were on her right there.
We sure was.
The MSC Meraviglia back there.
That was our last one.
That was our last cruise ship back there, and finally the NCL Gem coming up here at their new terminal for Norwegian there. It's all done, ready to go.
New.
And they're also breaking ground on Carnival's new port right down the street there, which will be home to the Carnival celebration when it comes next year in 2022. Speaking of Norwegian, too, just a real quick add-on to this, guys. Norwegian sent out some information today. Any cruise that is leaving this year before, I believe it's this, October 31st, is going to be benefiting from their shortened final payment dates. So normally with Norwegian, their final pay dates are 120 days or 4 months out from the cruise. They have bumped this up to 60 days before the cruise if your cruise leaves October 31st or before. So they've cut that down to 60-day requirement for the for your final payment. So that's good news. They're trying to stretch this thing out and try to get back to normal and everything. So lots of good signs, guys. I'm so happy to be able to turn this camera on and talk to you about positive things.
Yes.
You know,
we see the light going in and out, but sometimes there's clouds and sometimes there's not. Sorry, it's getting dark on you, but it's very hot here. It's sunny. We're glad to bring you some sunshine. So hopefully you're enjoying. Our light is right there.
I'm looking for Come on, Mr. Buddy. Okay.
Snowball haven't made an appearance in a long time. He had to get a haircut because it's so hot here. So summer is starting. Yeah. Say hi, Snow. Who is that? Who is that? So Snowball said hello, everybody. He missed being on camera.
I didn't have the Snowball cam charged up.
Yeah, normally he just sleep. He just sleep on camera. He just had his dinner.
Yep. Good all right, everybody. So that's all we have for today. We just wanted to bring the information to you about exciting information, I think, on new home ports for the cruise ships, and I think that you're going to see a lot more activity on that Cozumel thing. That'll be a good thing for them. That last cruise that we were on the Meraviglia, went to Cozumel. I believe there was 9 ships. Wasn't it 9 ships in port?
It was off the
hook. It was crazy. It was so many ships that they were actually having to dock out, or not dock. They had to actually anchor out at off the coast and tender people in. That's how many ships it was there at that point. But that was last March, right? We were in the midst of the all the COVID epidemic and things were going kind of crazy and haywire. So I had never seen that many ships in Cozumel before. It was really crazy.
And it was really, really packed too.
So I said all that to say that, you know, they can handle the traffic. I think they just have to work out the hotel piece.
Me too. I think that Cozumel would be great for a home port. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you can, make sure you give us a thumbs up. If you loved content like this, we would love to look at the thumbs up to see if you know, we go by the thumbs up to see if you want to see more content just like this. We love bringing the cruise news to you. We are OGs, original gangsters, oldies but goodies on YouTube. I'm ElleKosGlam. This is Mr. Traveler. If you can, jump over to Facebook and join our private Facebook group at Mr. Traveler Cruise Lovers and answer the 3 questions on our page, because if you don't, we would think you was a troll and we would delete it. So we'll keep on going. But if you answer those questions, we'll go ahead and accept you into the group. We finished this conversation over there, and we will see you on Thursday.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching.
Life's short.
Have fun.
See the world.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.